Hey guys, how's it going? It's Liam here from Xclusiv Fitness, and today we've got another workout video. And as you can see, once again we're at home, we're in the living room, no fancy equipment, just a little bit of space, and we're just going to utilise some of the equipment that I've already got in the living room itself today. What we're going to actually do today, we're going to do a tricep exercise workout where it's basically working the triceps explicitly, okay? For women in particular, this is a massive problem area, so it's really important that we do things that we can target the bingo wing, let's say. And if you're a guy and you can't see much of a tricep when you extend your arms there, then again, this is something that we really want to work on, just to build up a little bit of muscle there and just to zap any fat that we've got from underneath the arm. Just before we do the workout though, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about nutrition and why it's important for this part of the body. Now, if you have over elevated levels of estrogen, okay, male and female, then in women this generally means that you're going to store fat in your bingo wing area. Okay, so if you've got a lot of fat there, and generally indicative that you've got too high estrogen levels. The other indicator for women in particular is fat accumulation around the front and the back of the top of the legs, around in the backside a little bit as well. Okay, so if you store fat predominantly there, but also into the triceps or the bingo wing area, then it could be an indicator that you're having too many estrogenic promoting foods. Okay, and they are things pretty much like dairy, soy, alcohol, sort of cheap meats, any kind of non-organic foods. Unfortunately with estrogen, pretty much everything elevates estrogen because there's so many chemicals and additives in the food today that it's quite a difficult thing to work out and to sort out. But as a general rule, if you're drinking a lot, if you're having a lot of dairy, particularly cheap dairy that's non-organic, if you're eating quite a bit of cheap meats, a lot of soy products, a lot of processed refined products, then you'll generally find that they have a lot of chemicals in there that mimic estrogen and subsequently raise your estrogen levels and then lead to fat storage in there. This is pretty much the same with guys. The only different things with guys is that if you straighten your arm as a guy and you don't have much of an indent on the tricep, that could be indicating that you've got too high estrogen levels. The other thing and the big thing with men is moobs. Okay, so guys who have moobs generally have an imbalance between testosterone and estrogen in favour of estrogen, and hence obviously getting the moobs. Anyway, enough about nutrition, let's get to the workout. We've got 4 exercises today, okay, and they're all going to hit the triceps in a different way. We've got, first of all, we're going to do some push-ups, normal push-ups, okay, and then we're going to move into some dips, and we're going to use the chair, okay, just in your living room, at any chair you want. And then after that, we're going to go back into a close grip push-up down on the floor, which is slightly different from the normal push-up. Then we're going to come back up, we're going to use the kettlebell that we've got there, or a dumbbell, whatever weight you have in the house. We're going to do some extensions. Okay, we've got 4 exercises, we're going to do each one for 10 reps in total. So, we're going to do normal push-ups first, and we're going to change it up slightly. So we're going to do something called the isometric push-up, which is basically a fancy way of saying a push-up with a hold in the middle. Okay, so, if you're on your knees, in this position, that's absolutely fine. Or if you're on your toes, that's absolutely fine either way. Let's go with the knees. So in this position, you want your hands sort of just outside your shoulder width, and you're going to drop the chest down between the hands. But when you get to the bottom, at 90 degrees at the elbows, you're going to hold for 2 seconds. Okay, so we're going to drop, and then hold for 2, and then extend back up. Okay, so we're going to bend, hold for 2, and then extend back up. And what you'll feel already, even just after sort of 2 or 3 repetitions, that hold, that isometric hold down at the bottom for 2 seconds just makes your arms work a little bit harder. The reason why we're doing them sort of normal grip first is because it gets to work your chest, it also gets to work your shoulders as well. Okay, so instead of isolating the triceps specifically on exercise 1, as we will do later, we'll get a little bit more work by doing the full push-up, which brings in the chest and the shoulders more as well. It's also good for fat burn. Anyway, after that, we're then going to use the chair. So you're going to go on your chair, and you're going to sit down on the chair. Just put your hands just at the side of your backside, and then you're going to walk your feet out into this position, and then from there we're going to just dip down to the floor, bend the elbows, then extend. So you're going to dip and extend. And again, you want to do about 10 reps in total. The only thing you got to think about when you're doing dips is that the further you can go, the better and the more work that you're going to get in the triceps. So try not to use a chair that's too low, and try and use one where you get plenty of range of movement between the elbows. Okay? Anyway, once we've done that, we're going to go back down on the floor, but this time we're going to do a push-up with a close grip. Okay? So before, we're just outside your shoulder width, this time we're going to come close, and literally you probably want about 6 inches between 2 hands. Okay? So Again, this time we're going to put the hands out about 6 inches apart, and instead of flaring our elbows out to the side like we would a normal push-up, we're going to tuck that elbow backwards, so we're going to drive it back, okay? So if you can't get on the toes on this one, then don't worry, because you get plenty of work from your knees anyway. Okay, so again, so we're going to go down, no hold this time, and just extend out. And as you can see, keeping the elbows tucked into the body, and then pressing out. And the chest kind of just about dropping down on the hands before you extend. And again, already you'll feel this work in the triceps in particular. And then we just keep everything nice and straight, and then just working away like that. Once you've done 10 of those, you're going to get your dumbbell or your kettlebell and do one of my favourite exercises from the old school bodybuilding routines, let's say. What you want to do, whatever you're using, if you're using a kettlebell, what I would suggest is that you grab the horn on the far side, okay? It just makes it easier when we extend it. So from there we're going to bend the legs, put this arm on this knee, just to balance ourselves and support ourselves. Grab the kettlebell or dumbbell or whatever you're using, lift it up, tuck that elbow in, keep it nice and tight. You're going to extend and then in. Okay, so extend out and then back in, extend and then drop it down. So you're going to do 10 in total. Now obviously once you've done 10 that side, same position, bent legs, arm and elbow in position, elbow locked, nice and tight, just gripping on, extending, bringing in, extend and back. And what you want to do once you finish the fourth exercise of 10 reps on each side, you're going to rest for 30 seconds, you're going to do another 3 times, and that will literally target the triceps and blast away the fat. Enjoy!